Hello, everyone. Is anybody there? Oh my gosh, there are a couple people here. Can you hear me? Can you type and tell me if you hear me? Wait, does that indeed mean you hear me? Hello, Rudy. Can you guys hear me? Can you say yes, I hear you? If you hear me. I'm seeing you saying hello. Okay, yes. Yay! Woohoo! But you know what? Wait a minute. Why isn't my Kofi up there? Well then. I don't understand where the Kofi went. Um,
It's still there.
oh, Roy is here trying to help me out. What do you mean it's still there?
It's just invisible.
Well, you know what? Kiwi helped me make this background. It's covering up an old background. The old background might have the Kofi thing. I don't really know.
Ah, there it is.
Ah.
She put it above it, so it was covering it up.
Okay, good. So maybe you have to try to fix those lines now.
Oh, the lines.
Or
They can't see those.
oh, they can't. Okay.
Nope.
All right. All right. Well, anyway, thank you so much for showing up. I just wondered how many people were actually going to show up. So I wasn't expecting this many people. Okay, so let's see here. We got to make sure I say hello to everybody because now I can. I don't need to have Katori have control of the chat. So hello, David. Hello, Alphabot. Hello, Rudy. Hello, Edward. Hello, Shogo. Hello, Alphabot. Let's see. I said hello, Rudy. Hello, Alucard. Alucard. Hello, Ethan. Okay, that's it. So I've said hello to everyone who's here so far. And I'm so glad that you guys can join me. I'm a little tired. What about you guys? Are you guys tired? I'm like tired. Like, like I was like up late last night. But um I thought, you know what? Some people say that they're alone on New Year's, and so why not come and be here and say hello? Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool? Katori helped me find that background. And hello, Smee. Oh my gosh, Smee is here. Hello, Devin. Hello. Hello, Jimbo. Oh my gosh, look at all these people showing up for Mama. And quite frankly, I don't know, like, if anybody does send me a Kofi, I don't know if this is gonna, like, ding in my ear or not, because, like, it's, like, totally blank in my ear, because I don't have, like, this music going on in the background like Katori does. Should it?
It also should show up right there.
Okay, 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 okay. All right, cool. Well, let's see. Anybody new pop in chat while I was trying to look around things with Roy here. Happy New Year, Smee. Thank you for saying Happy New Year. All right. Oh, Alucard, I hope I don't fall asleep during the stream. Well, you know what? I'm going to let Roy go. He's such a sweetheart.
I just wanted to make sure that this works.
He's such a sweetheart standing here next to me making sure this could work.
Because like 1 second, it's just gonna incinerate as soon as I leave.
Yeah. Kiwi and Katori helped me set up a little bit of it, but both of them have a headache right now. And so Roy is such a sweetheart because I'm trying to mess with this, and he made dinner for us. And in between making dinner, he's running to the computer for me to try to help me out. So, what a wonderful son I have.
Well, I'll leave you guys to
Okay.
it.
Okay, thank you.
Hope you guys have fun.
I will. Love you. All right. Jimbo is alive. I'm glad you are alive. And happy New Year's to you too, Jimbo. Oh, Rudy woke up immediately when he heard I was going to stream. Oh, that's so sweet. And oh, yeah, I'm sure for a lot of you, Ethan said this is the first time on my channel's live stream. I've only done one, and it was like 5 months ago because I'm always so busy. And yeah, last night, we stayed up, till the ball dropped. And I was like, okay, I'm so tired. I'm going to go to bed now. And we had so much, like, well, I had so much, I guess I'll call it junk food because I'm not used to eating all this food that we ate, that boy, did I have a stomach ache. And I just couldn't fall asleep. And I didn't fall asleep till after 3:30 a.m. So, and then of course, my body wakes me up at 7:30. So So I've been running on matcha tea today. And but so what did you all do for New Year's? Tell me in the chat. What did you guys do? For us, we played some board games and just like I said, ate a bunch of junk food. I even had some pop, and I know there was a debate as to whether or not it's supposed to be called pop or soda, or I can't remember what Smee called it, something fizzy drink or something. Um, but yeah, all that stuff just didn't sit well with me. Alpha Buck said, "Why wouldn't we show up?" Aw, that's so nice. You guys are so nice to me. You really are. You're so sweet. And Rudy, I am surprised 2023 is over too. I think everything has gone so fast in the last like 4 years. I just don't know what's going on. It's like time is sped up. It's like it's on fast forward or something. Yeah, Happy New Year's to everyone. Oh, Bobby showed up. Hello, Bobby. What a pleasant surprise to see you too. I just wanted to spend some time with y'all. And Smee said a lot of the community members had a massive Halo session together. Oh, well, I hope you all had fun with that. See, that's what I like so much about this community. You guys all, made friends with each other, and you're also nice to each other. And um, I just really appreciate that. And so that's why I'm giving you some of my time today. Oh, Rudy said he did the same thing. Stayed up almost all night and woke up early. Yeah, my internal clock is crazy because it wakes me up even if I go to bed late. It's like, what is wrong with you? And Alucard said that his neighbors were setting off fireworks. One of the fireworks failed to take off and blew up in their yard. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. Yeah, I've heard of people, blowing off some of their fireworks in the street and then they go through like a neighbor's window. Like that makes me nervous. Like here in Ohio, the law used to be you couldn't set off any fireworks. You could you could sell them, you could buy them, but you cannot set them off. It's just really weird. So like everybody in Ohio would drive up to Michigan because Michigan would sell them and they had to sign a waiver saying they weren't going to use them in Ohio, and everybody did anyway. And so now they have some fireworks places where they sell fireworks in Ohio, and the same thing, you have to sign a waiver saying I'm not going to set these off in Ohio. But they just changed that rule, and now they say like you can do it within like I don't know, like 3 or 4 days before 4th of July and 3 or 4 days afterward, and I think they might even say New Year's too. But that just makes me nervous, just letting anybody and everybody just light these things off like you know, like 20 feet from 20, 30 feet from my house. Um, let's see. Smead said it was a fizzy drink or a soft drink. Yeah, some people will call it soft drink here, but most people will say pop or soda, and I say pop. Alpha Block played some video games, and he says soda. Jimbo, you're right. It was a heck of a year. A heck of a year. Seems like we here at the Famtory house we always have problems. Always. It's like it's just our way of being. Bobby watched the Three Stooges and made a lot of snacks. Oh, yummy. Yeah, Alpha Buck, you're right. Time does stop for no man. Ethan just chilled out after getting back from church and ran some blah blah blah. Boy, I am tired. And drank some non-alcoholic Welch's grape champagne. And or went, yeah, you know what, so did we had some um of the non-alcoholic grape juice that is fizzy. So what do they call that, sparkling grape juice. So we had some that was like grape apple. We had some sparkling apple cider. I think those are the only two we had, and then we had some root beer, which is what I drank, and then the kids had some, of course, some Mountain Dew, which I don't know why they did that right before bed, but anyway. Yeah, Bobby, I'm glad you guys rocked it in Halo. Awesome. I know, Rudy. I'm still waiting for you to show me that project. Yeah, we had fireworks going off a little bit by our house too, but not a lot really. Not a lot, thank God. Thank. Um, oh really, Rudy? You had gunfires going off by your house? That's interesting. Oh, Smee found some by his house. Oh my. Oh wow, Alpha Buck, you heard zero last night. I'm surprised too. We heard a little bit, but not a lot. Not a lot. I always feel sorry for the animals out there. They have to be totally scared to death. Oh gosh, Rudy heard them all night long until it rained. Oh, I bet you were happy when it started to rain. Yes, go to sleep. Exactly. Yeah, I wonder how many people have fireworks stashed in their garages here in Ohio. It just makes me wonder because they go out and they buy them. I don't, and lately they've been using them. So okay, Jimbo. So you said they over by you call it Coke even when it's Pepsi. Okay, so what if it's Sprite? What do you call it then? That's what I want to know. Alpha Buck, you are correct. I'm hoping it can be a year of positivity. With Roy's medical issues and my rib pain and back pain just lingering on, it's hard to be positive sometimes, isn't it? Like when, not just when you have like um, problems or you know trials and stuff, but when you have pain and it doesn't even just have to be physical pain, right? Like you could be having some like, emotional anguish, right? When you have pain of any kind, it's really hard to be positive. Like you can try and try and try, but it's really hard. But I'm trying, and I hope you all are too. Alucard said they didn't do much yesterday. They visited their family for Christmas and ordered KFC for dinner. Oh, that sounds yummy. We made takoyaki. It is a Japanese, like they're like these little round balls. Like they're sort of like pancake dough, really. And then you put like um, green onions or chives in it, and then shrimp. And so we had these little baby shrimp, and then you put it in this pan that has probably I don't know maybe 15 or 20 of these half circles, and you put that in there with with your batter, and you put that in there, and then you take chopsticks as it's cooking, and you slowly start to turn it, and so the batter then starts to leak out of the half circle that you have, and then so it cooks, and then you totally like spin it around until it turns into the circle, and you let it finish cooking, and you take it out, and then you usually put like this sort of like soy slash teriyaki kind of sauce on it, and then you also can put like spicy mayo on it, and then usually they'll put some of the seaweed stuff like sprinkled on it, and then usually they top it off with bonito flakes, which smells like fish food, but when you put all that stuff on together, it's pretty tasty. So we made that, and we had a cheese ball with some crackers, and we had um, Roy and I bought this like fancy looking like rectangular layer cake that was like marble cake layered with like chocolate mousse and white mousse or something. So um it was just too much different things to eat at once. Um where was I? Oh, Rudy said that every time he hears or sees the word Ohio, he thinks of us. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Oh, hello, Echo. Echo showed up. How are you? Grand Samurai, Jaybird, he showed up. How are you doing? Wait, I just lost my place in chat. Darn it, where was I? Let's see. There we are. Oh, so I'm so glad you can make it, Jaybird. Wait a minute. Smee said, has Katori made any progress in her totally legit walking regime? I don't know what that means. You have to elaborate on that. And Ethan is talking about the sparkling grape juice again. Yep, that's what he had. He had the white one. We get the white one sometime, but I think we prefer the red grape one. I'm pretty sure. But they did like the one last night, which was like, it was sort of pinkish, so I'm assuming it mixed the red grapes with apple juice or apple cider. It was pretty tasty. Rudy, you call it Coke in Texas no matter what. So you're telling me if you are drinking a Sprite or a Mountain Dew or an orange pop, you're going to call it Coke? Can you clarify that? Because that just sounds crazy to me. And oh my gosh, Jimbo is saying still Coke. I've never heard of this. I have never heard of anybody calling Sprite Coke. Pepsi? Call that Coke? Sure. What's that other one? What is that other one that's like Pepsi and Coke? It has two letters. What the heck is that? Why am I drawing a blank? Isn't it two letters? I don't know. If somebody remembers the other brand of cola, put it in the chat because it's driving me crazy. All right, Kokiri showed up, or should I say it the way Katori does? I don't even remember how she says it now. Kokiri. But no, I will not. I will call you Kokiri Kid. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Shrek in the Swamp karaoke dance party. Ooh, I wish I owned a karaoke machine. That would be fun. Alucard says, my cat doesn't usually get scared of loud noise, but this is the first time we've had neighbors set them off next door, so he was a bit shaken. I can imagine he was a bit shaken up. Scruffy used to be so scared of the fireworks, the poor little guy. And this was our first Christmas without him. It was sort of sad. We were looking at some pictures of him last Christmas that we had taken, and we do miss him so much. But yeah, they can get really scared when fireworks or thunderstorms go off. And we had some medication for Scruffy to help him calm down. I think it was called gabapentin. You might be able to get that for your cat if they get really scared. Oh my gosh, Eli, Gas Hog. I haven't heard from you in a long while. Hello. You know what? I sent you a happy birthday on Twitter, but I don't think you saw it. You must have been off Twitter for a while. I hope you're doing well in school. And welcome to the Isolation Birdwatching Extravaganza. What does that mean, Echo? Isolation Birdwatching? What does that mean? Oh no, I lost my place again. Where am I going? I gotta watch the scroll thing. It really scrolls fast. Let's go back up. Where was I? There we are. Rudy said, since we're talking about Ohio, let's reintroduce ourselves again. Ohio Mama Tori. Oh, I hope you have a great year. I get it. Ohio, Rudy. Ohio. Ethan, we call it Coke. Coke and Pepsi. Pepsi here in Texas. So you're saying also you call a Sprite a Coke. I just don't understand. Grand Samurai. Yes, takoyaki. So have you eaten that before, Grand Samurai? Have you made it before? I'm curious. Has anyone out here made takoyaki? Let's see. Kokiri. I'm clinically depressed, otherwise known as infinite sadness. I didn't count on being happy, but it comes and goes. Well, I hope I've made you happy. I hope I've made you happy today. Pot roast and apple cider. The pot roast does sound good. Don't you love a good pot roast when it can just like fall apart? That's so yummy. So yummy. Happy New Year, Echo. Yes, takoyaki, Bobby. You spelled it correctly. Look it up. Look it up online. You can see the little pans that you can buy to make it. It's like a little electric grill, so it plugs into an outlet. They're not very expensive, like $20 or something, and it's sort of fun to make. Hello, Jesus. Jesus showed up. Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well. Alpha Buxton, not normally a fan of spicy things, but something about spicy mayo on a sandwich just hits right. You know, I don't eat a lot of sandwiches. I don't. We went gluten free for a while, so we're not like a big bread people, but we did reintroduce gluten. But when I do have a sandwich, it's usually with mustard. I love mustard. And when I make a like what kind of sandwiches do I make? I don't know. If I had the stuff in the house, I would probably make a ham sandwich or a salami sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Mm, that's I don't know. We don't really eat much sandwiches. If we do have bread in the house, it usually gets turned into toast or garlic bread. What kind of sandwiches do you guys eat? I'm gonna take a sip of water so you're gonna get some ASMR here. All right. Alpha Buck said not normally a fan of spicy. Oh, I already read that. All right. David said my parents and I went to a sushi restaurant and stayed up late. Ooh. So David, do you eat raw sushi or do you eat cooked sushi? Ooh, Rudy loves marble cake. Tres leches. Hmm. I've never had tres leches. I have heard about it and I know about it, but I've never tasted it. It wasn't something like that my ex mother-in-law used to make. When she made a cake, she usually would make a pineapple upside down cake. That was like the kind of cake she always made. The legend from Pennsylvania. What does that mean, Bobby? I don't know. What does that mean? Kokiri said, my cousin still thinks Katori is my girlfriend. None of you have fixed it. She wonders when I'm going to visit. That's so hilarious. I find that very funny. Smee says the Wholesome family is probably the only reason why Ohio pops up in my mind. Interesting. That's you know what? I find that so funny. I find that so funny. Like I said something to Roy the other day. Oh, I know. It was when Smee was on the stream and he asked if Kiwi and Roy could come down so he could say hello to them. So Roy came down and or I went up to ask him if he could come down, and he was playing a game at the time, and I don't remember what game he was playing. You all probably remember because I know he told you. Anyway, he had to tell his friend, I gotta get off for a minute because I don't know exactly what exactly he told him, but he must have said something about being asked to come on stream or something. I don't know. And his friend said to him something like, "Oh my gosh, are you a celebrity?" Like I thought this was hilarious because this is just like an online friend that he plays with. And so we were all laughing because this person thought, like, what the heck? Are you a celebrity? And I find that so funny that you're saying that the only reason Ohio pops up in your head is because of us. Like, who are we? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's sort of weird. But, but, but fun. Oh, Jay is here. Jay, I'm not by any means saying you need to give me a song, but it is dead quiet in here because I don't know. I didn't know how to do I didn't know what kind of song I could put on like and not get in trouble. So there's no like background music. So it's just me. And I hope my voice isn't too tired because I am tired. All right, Smee says on the talk show, Jay and I tried to persuade Katori to take up walking in order to be active. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I've been trying that for years. I mean, we would go for walks, and she usually was too busy to go for walks. She was doing her audio, she was doing her recording, she was doing her thumbnail, she was doing something. Um, but yes, I tried to drag her out walking as much as I can. And with Kiwi being sick, we really haven't gone. I started paying for gym memberships, and we have not for Katori. She's not interested in that. But we didn't go this whole week because Kiwi was sick, and just with Christmas and everything, we were just so busy. But we're going to try to get back into that. Ethan said we had the red sparkling grape as well. Yeah, I think that's the yummiest. I really do think that's the yummiest. And oh, you're right, Devin. Devin got it. Yes. Devin Bushry, he got it right. RC, I was right. It is 2 letters. So, um, that is the name of the cola. So you guys are saying if you had RC cola there, you would say to somebody, "Pass me the Coke." Well, that makes sense. A little more than Sprite or Orange Pop or whatever. So that is just interesting. Kokiri said, "Well, if there's a bright center to the universe, you're on the planet that it's farthest from. You're on the planet that it's farthest from. Lives in a little hamlet known as Salinas, California." Okay, you're saying that this quote was said to you? I'm getting confused. You got to remember, I'm working on 4 hours of sleep here, Kokiri. You can't talk with to me in your riddles. Rudy said, well, there is a reason for that because there is a dark history on soda. What? Rudy, what are you talking about? There's a dark history on soda. What you said there is a reason for that. A reason for what? A reason that everybody calls it Coke? Are you talking about the fact that Coca-Cola used to have the drug in it? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. But I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but you can put it in chat. Jimbo. 7 Up? No, it's RC. RC is the cola that has the 2 letters. RC Cola. Maybe it's something, maybe RC isn't sold everywhere. Maybe it's something here like in the Midwest area where Ohio and Michigan are. I'm not sure. But it is around here. And then there's another brand. Well, it's like a, I guess it's a brand name. It's called Faygo. I don't know if that's sold everywhere. Faygo. Faygo Pop. They have all different flavors. They have cola and they have the lemon lime and they have orange and grape and I think they even have peach. They have root beer. They have what's the other one? What's the other one? Ginger ale. And Faygo is usually a cheaper brand of pop than Coke or Pepsi. And that's usually the one I go for. Because, they really, I don't know. Okay, there is a difference between Coke and Pepsi. Okay, that's true. Because back in the 80s, throughout all of the shopping malls across America, they had this thing called Take the Pepsi Challenge. Okay? And so they had these booths set up inside the malls, and you would just walk up. It was free, and they had these little boxes, and they had little cups underneath them, and they would have you sip the pop, sip the one on the left, and sip the one on the right, and say which one you liked better. And I used to go to my great aunt's house a lot, and we would play cards, and she would always serve Coke, and she would get us Little Caesars pizza, and we'd play cards, and we had all this junk food there. It was always fun to play with her. Anyway, so I think my taste buds were just, you know, they were just accustomed to drinking Coke. So when I went to the Pepsi Challenge, I picked Coke in this Pepsi Challenge. To me, Pepsi just tasted much sweeter than Coke, and it was like a little too sweet. um, Coca-Cola had more of a cola-y flavor and not so much sugar or something. So anyway, I picked Coke in the Pepsi challenge. But nowadays, like if I were to drink a cola, it doesn't matter to me what cola it is. So I usually buy the cheapest cola there is, which is usually Faygo. But if I have a preference for a pop, I'm going to go for root beer. What is your guys' favorite pop? Or fizzy drink? Or soda? Or soft drink? Whatever you guys call it. Let's see. Alpha Buck says my dad made prime rib at Christmas, and with the leftovers, a couple days later, he made it into a soup. So that's what I do. Like whenever we make turkey, um, when we have the leftover turkey meat, I make it into it's sort of like turkey noodle soup instead of chicken noodle soup, and I take the whole turkey. And you guys should do this because bone broth is really good for you if you haven't heard about that. So I take all the meat off, right? And I save the meat like in a Tupperware container. And then I usually cook my turkey in a roasting pan. So I guess you sort of need to have an electric roaster to do this because I guess you could put it in the oven, but in the roasting pan. So I put the bones and leave the bones back in there and let it cook, just putting some water in there and a little bit of some chicken seasoning, and then it makes this it leaches the marrow out of the bones and into the broth. And oh, that just makes the broth taste so delicious. And so then I use that broth to make that leftover turkey noodle soup. So if you haven't had bone broth, it is much nicer than just drinking or just using like chicken broth or chicken stock. It's just chicken broth or stock is just sort of like watery, but this makes it gets it like, I don't know what to say, but it makes it yummy. It makes it yummy. That's what I have to say. Oh, I heard a dingle jingle. So I guess the dingle jingle is working. All right, hold on. And oh my gosh, I think I'm really behind on chat, aren't I? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there was more chat down there. Like, this thing wasn't scrolling for me. All right, let me go back up here. I gotta figure out where I am, and then I'm gonna try to read this Kofi thing. Hold on here. Where was I? Where was I? Where was I? I don't know where I was. Okay, there we were. We're talking about prime rib. All right, let me see if I can go to Kofi and come back to you guys. Let's hope this works. Why don't I see it? Where do I see it? Well, I hope I can read this for you. Okay, gotta move this over. I can see it. Okay, so Cyberman donated. Thank you, Cyberman. And he said, Happy New Year, Mama Tori. Hope you're doing well. And wow, surprise stream too. Also, I hope you reminded Katori about the email for Kiwi. Makes you feel better soon. Also, the best drink, at least for me, is Sprite, like lemonade soda. Also, your Katori's just use your mom powers to her work out to make her work out. Haha. Yeah. So yes, Cyberman, I did tell Katori to check the email. I did tell her. I also told Kiwi that there's some sort of email that you sent Katori. Um, but both of them have either been feeling under the weather or have been busy. So I don't really know, like, if she has seen it and just hasn't sent a message to you, or if she hasn't looked at it yet because she's so busy. I don't know, but I did tell her. So you now know I told her. Okay, so back to chat. Thank you again for your donation, Cyberman. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Coke I always associated with Coca-Cola. Right, Jesus. Like, when somebody says I'm drinking a Coke, I realize, or at least I think, or at least I have assumed, they are drinking a Coca-Cola. Not Pepsi, not RC, not Fago, but Coca-Cola. So it's blowing my mind that it could be any single pop in the universe. Let's see. Jay asked how everyone's life is doing. Well, my life is doing about the same. But we are going to try to be positive this year. And Grand Samurai said, exactly, I've never considered Sprite as Coke. Just disrespect to Sprite. LOL. It is, right? It's like, so does Sprite not exist? Does no other pop exist except for Coke? Why does Coke get to be the king of all pops? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Shogo said, it was the most fun I've ever had on a New Year's. I love this community so much. We missed you. And I would chat more, but I'm working, but I'm still listening. Oh, well, thank you, Shogo. Thank you for listening while you're working. I appreciate that. I really do. All right. And Cyberman was just all surprised by me. You know what? I was surprised by me. I actually, like, sent out the tweet, and then I'm like, okay, can somebody help me with this? And everybody's like, I'm laying down. I don't feel good. I don't want to. And then Roy's like, I could try to help you. And I shouldn't say that, because both Kiwi and Katori did come and help a little bit, but I know I was being a bother. You know what I mean? So it's nice that Roy stepped in to help. Edward says, does anybody in chat remember Slice? It was a fruit soda from PepsiCo. You know, that sounds familiar, but when you said the word slice, I thought maybe it was like a lemon lime. So I guess I don't. Yes, Happy New Year, Cyberman. And Jimbo said, I've had takoyaki before that had octopus in it despite me being allergic. Oh my. It tasted good, but my throat and lips were swollen after it. Oh my. You're right. If you look up any takoyaki recipes online, it's all talking about octopus. But we don't have octopus. And even if they sold octopus at the store, I probably would have bought the shrimp anyway. So we make it with these little tiny baby shrimp. Like, since the takoyaki balls are only like, I don't know, maybe an inch and a half in diameter, I buy the little teeny tiny baby shrimp that you put on a salad. And so like you could throw like four little shrimps in a takoyaki at a time. Alpha Buck said, I hate Sierra Mist. Change its name to Starry. Just sounds weird. Starry? Why did they do that? Like, Sierra Mist sounds cool. Starry? I don't understand that at all. Bobby said they're trying to be hip with the kids. Still, what? I mean, Sierra Mist sounds more hip to me than Starry. Okay, all right. Before I keep going on with what you guys are talking about in the chat, I just got to tell you. I took the kids yesterday to see Wonka. Oh, should I even go off on this tangent? Because maybe Katori wants to talk about this on her stream, and I'm stealing her thunder. Which, by the way, if y'all don't know, I'm pretty sure she posted that video tonight, that didn't get approved last week, but she had to take some things out of it. So it is now posted with things taken out. But if you belong to her Patreon, she is going to put the original version on there. I'm pretty sure. So maybe just don't quote me on that. But anyway, let's go back to Wonka. So this Wonka movie is all about Willy Wonka, like when he is younger and when he starts his chocolate like career. And at first, okay, so let me just tell you, I had big expectations for it because I liked the original Willy Wonka because I really liked that as a kid. And I wasn't all that much of a fan of the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka. I just thought they made Willy Wonka be just way too darn weird. Like, he's supposed to be like he's the maker of the dreams, right? Like, he's not supposed to be like, I know he's like a little bit awkward because he was sort of cooped up in his factory all these years, and then all of a sudden he makes this contest, for people to buy the candy bars and get a golden ticket. But I just thought that was too weird. But I went into Wonka with really big expectations, and I'll tell you, like, the first, like, I don't know, like the first 15 minutes or so, I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna like this? Because it does have some singing in it. But so did the original Willy Wonka, right? And then it kept playing, and I'll tell you what, it was just so, like, I guess, touching. The movie was very touching. It gave you some laughs, and it also made me have tears rolling down my face towards the end. And I'm sitting there thinking, are the kids liking this? Because I really like Willy Wonka, and they weren't like that big of a fan of Willy Wonka. But guess what? They said this was the movie of the year. Of the movies they've seen this year, they think this is the best one. And they've been playing the Wonka songs like on their, I don't know if they're getting off of YouTube or whatever your guys' music thing that you guys listen to, but they've been playing the songs from the movie like nonstop. They love it. So if you liked Willy Wonka at all, I suggest you go see the Wonka movie. I should get some I should tell Wonka to give me some sort of money for the plug. But anyway, I did like it. All right, let's get back to chat. Cyberman said, same here, toast or PB with jelly or honey sometimes. I've never had it with honey, but that does sound good. Grand Samurai said, I'm not one for seafood like that, but my friend introduced me to it at a bistro we went to, and it was amazing, but they made it with octopus. Yeah, I guess that's the way you're supposed to make it. Alucard said, never made takoyaki, but I did make 2 pizzas a few hours ago. Yummy. Homemade pizza, that's good. Oh, David, so you eat raw sushi. I have never eaten raw sushi. I've only eaten, like, cooked sushi. Kokiri said, I am not too creative on sandwiches, just ham and cheese. Yep. Yeah, I get it. Smee said, chicken and bacon sandwiches with lettuce and Caesar sauce. Interesting. And Jimbo said it ain't sushi if it's cooked. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Isn't it? Maybe it isn't. But it is. They still call it sushi, so it must be. Bobby said black pastrami sandwich with Swiss cheese. I've never had pastrami, but I've had Swiss cheese, and I do like that. Cyberman said, love me some chocolate ice cream. Well, where did that pop in? I was asking about sandwiches, but you know how to get to me, right, Cyberman? Because I do love chocolate. I do love chocolate. Alpha Buck said turkey sandwich usually my go-to, but we'll do PB&J in a pinch with chunky. Okay, all right. So there's a question right there. Peanut butter, smooth or crunchy or chunky, however you want to do it. Do you like your peanut butter to be smooth or do you want that crunch? I'd like to know. I like it crunchy, although with my jaw pain and problems that I've been having lately, I can't eat crunchy foods anymore, which really bites the big one. Because I love crunchy foods. I love almonds. Can't eat those now. I love tortilla chips. I'm not supposed to be eating them, but I still do eat them a little bit, like with guacamole. Um, so anyway, I sidetracked. Let's get back on. Cyberman says his grandma loves pineapples. I don't know how that relates to the sandwiches, but maybe because I was talking about the pineapple upside down cake. I'm so behind in chat. That's probably why I said that. Bobby said he was referring to Echo 22 as the legend. Oh, so you're probably talking about your whole Halo game. I get it. Gashog said, hey, Mama, I feel like I remember seeing your birthday post. Thank you so much. I've been taking a break from social media for a while. I understand. I'm trying to think back. Did you? Maybe you did. I don't know. I'm so tired, but I haven't heard from you in a while. So when I saw you, I thought, hey, did he see my birthday post? So I'm glad you did. I'm really glad you did. And we do have some birthdays coming up, don't we, chat? We do. You know whose birthdays are coming up this month in January? Number one, our own Jimbo Jambo. His birthday's coming up in 2 days. Actually, probably one day for him because I'm a day behind with him because he's from the Philippines. And you know who shares the same birthday with Jimbo Jambo? Anybody? 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 Well, here, let me run forward in chat and see if anybody's saying it. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. You guys, I apologize. I'm so far behind the chat. But see, this is why Katori can't keep up. I mean, if in order for me to actually give each of you, like, respond to each of your things, I am like so far behind. It's not even funny. I don't even know if I can scroll back and find where I was now. But I do see tons of people are typing in Katori. Okay, you are correct. But that wasn't what I was going for. Katori does not share the same birthday as Jimbo. She shares the same birthday month. Who shares the same birthday date as Jimbo? Somebody from our community. I don't think he's here right now, though. I haven't seen him yet, unless he's later on in chat and it hasn't popped up for me. Anybody know? Oh, Jesus. How do you know? Your sister shares the same birthday, so January 3rd? Cool. Let's see. Nobody's saying it. I don't think anybody's saying it. All right, let me pop back, try to find where I was in chat. But the person who shares Jimbo's birthday is, drum roll, please. I don't even know if you can hear a drum roll because I think Roy put the noise suppression on for me. It is Thane. Thane shares his birthday with Jimbo. All right, let me see if I can find back where I was. Okay, Alucard said toasted cheese sandwich is the only sandwich I need. Toasted cheese. Oh, are you referring to like grilled cheese? We call it grilled cheese here. I don't know exactly where you live, Alucard. If it's not in the United States, I suppose you are referring to what we would call grilled cheese. Jesus said we're doing fine, and thankfully yesterday I woke up a lot better from my cold and spent our New Year's at my aunt's house. Oh, good. You know, that is really going around. Like, Kiwi and Katori have been sick for a while. Gashog said I've been getting prepared to work at a dealership. Awesome. I hope that goes well. Alpha Buck said if my dad ever made grilled chicken, he would make a chicken and peanut butter sandwich later that night. I have never heard of that, Alpha Buck. What is this? What is this craziness you're talking about? Anybody else heard of that? Cyberman said bread pudding. I'm not big on mushy bread. I'm not big on bread pudding. Kokiri said knowing Roy, he mentions his sisters simps or along the lines of greeting an audience for the stream says a lot. Yeah, I think that he probably said something like that, and they're like, "Are you a celebrity?" And you're right, Smee. I guess to some small degree, he is a celebrity, but not really. I mean, if anyone, Katori's a celebrity. David said sometimes they go elaborate for sandwiches and some brie cheese and mwah. That's what he said. Brie. I haven't had that. I think I had that once. I haven't had it in a long while, but I think I do remember liking it. Okay, here we go. Here's another question. Favorite cheese. Okay, like I got some ties for this favorite cheese, right? Havarti. Oh my gosh, have any of you ever eaten Havarti? Gouda. Oh my, it's delicious. And what about Munster? Those three are like, to me, those are like fancy schmancy pants cheeses, and I do like those. Let's see. Jay said a request from Mama. All right. I'll get to work on it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Jay. Oh my gosh. If you do, thank you. Kokiri. Jay, you got to charge her. Kokiri. Kokiri, what are you talking about? Stay out of this. Did anybody ask you? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, Rudy said, had some things to do, so I'm back to chat, although I was listening the whole time. Well, thank you, Rudy. I'm so far behind in chat, I didn't even notice you were gone. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. Jay said, if I didn't charge Cat, I cannot charge Mama. Well, thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. Egrich said, hey, hey. So Egrich is here. Thank you for coming, Egrich. Cyberman, maybe you should just make your own gym. You know, I wish I had the place to make my own gym. Kokiri said that quote is from Star Wars. That's how Luke Skywalker describes his home planet, Tatooine. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. I get it. Get it? Let's see. There's a bunch of hey heys going on back and forth to everybody in chat. That's nice. Rudy said every soda had it a long time ago back in the 80s. I didn't know every soda did. I thought only Coca-Cola did. Interesting. Coke was introduced in 1886. Ethan said, I just call it soda by their respective names. Yeah, that's what I do. Because, like, shouldn't they be called by their names? You know. Bobby said, can't say I've heard of Faygo, but maybe it's like Moxie. I've never heard of Moxie. So maybe it is like Moxie. I don't know. Rudy said, see, Mama Tori, you know, I was worried I would have to explain it because I don't like talking about drugs. You know what, Rudy? I don't either. I don't either. But sometimes it has to be talked about, right? Especially if you're say no to them, right? But yeah, interesting how it's the pop started out with that. That is very interesting. And Jimbo agreed with me. He said Coke is better, but actually that was just back when I was younger. It doesn't really matter to me now. But yeah, like that would be cool if they brought back the Pepsi challenge again, right? And Alpha Buck, I can't believe you remember that. Oh, so a couple people remembered. Clayton said he remembered the Pepsi challenge. Thank you for coming, Clayton. Sprite is the best, Cyberman says. Yeah, you know, my girls, well, actually, all three of my kids tend to order Sprite because it doesn't have caffeine in it, right? So if we're at a restaurant, they'll usually order Sprite. Bobby said, fun fact about Pepsi, there was a fan of Pepsi that stole the Coke recipe. The Pepsi company proceeded to arrest him and return the recipe. Well, I did not know that, so that's an interesting piece of history. Thank you. Alucard said, my father kept telling me about how there was a peach-flavored Fanta, which he claimed was the very best soda, but they removed it because it almost outperformed Coke. Interesting. Faygo still has a peach-flavored Faygo. Yes, and that's been around since I was young. Bobby said, the reason they don't need the recipe according to Pepsi. Interesting. Ethan said, I've seen the Pepsi challenge when the History Channel made a documentary about Coke versus Pepsi. I heard that Coke changed their flavor and customers hated it so much that Coke changed it back. That is true. Coke had changed their recipe. Nobody liked it. So then they changed it back and then they had like two Cokes for a while. Like, I forgot what they called. Like, what did they call the old Coke versus the new Coke? I don't know. But they had two flavors for a while, and I guess that was too much for them to keep up with. Sort of like me, okay? So let's talk about my YouTube channel. Why not? Because, hey, it's not a plug anymore if it's my own channel, right? So, okay. So I started out reading books, right? And then I went to doing some nighttime, putting you guys to sleep things, right? And I started out with the Psalms, and I probably will go back to the Psalms for a little bit, and then I moved on to Christmas because, well, why not? Because it's Christmas. Um, so where was I going with this? I don't even know. Oh, so I've been doing 2 videos a week, right? One with a quiet voice and one with a whisper. It seems like the quiet voice is getting more people to watch it than the whisper. And it is sort of hard to keep up. And I hate to take the whisper away for those people who like the whisper, because I know there are some people who like the whisper. So eventually I might just break down and do one a week. And I was thinking of maybe doing a regular voice one week and a whisper the next week, just so I'm making everybody happy. And then secondly, do you all have a suggestion for what else I can put out on my YouTube channel? There were some people who suggested to me before, like a motherly role play ASMR type of thing. But, I grew up in a generation where, number one, we didn't have YouTube. Number two, therefore, we did not have these role plays. So I have no idea what I would say. When I'm talking about putting somebody to sleep and reading a Bible verse, that comes naturally to me, right? So what kind of stuff would you all suggest that I do? And would you listen to a motherly role play? Like, I don't know, picking you up from school after a bad day, or your mom greets you when you come home from school and a girl turns you down for a date. Like, I don't know. I'm just popping these out of my head right now. What would you guys listen to? Or does that just sound dumb? Should I stick with the trying to put you to sleep thing? Is the trying to put you to sleep thing like getting old, even though I'm reading a different passage each week? I don't know. These are things that I don't get a chance to ask you because I'm usually not allowed to be chatting with you on stream so much. So if you can, I suppose you can put it in the chat and I can rewatch this later, or you could, um, send me a message on Twitter, or maybe I will just put a tweet out and then you can respond to the tweet. Or I'm not getting a lot of views, so am I wasting my time? Do you think I just shouldn't put my effort into it? So these are all questions I would like you all to let me know, because I enjoy doing it. It's just 2 a week might be getting a little hard, especially when Kiwi pops back into school. And also, are people just going on and just hearting it and liking it because this is Mama Tori, and we don't want to hurt her feelings, and so we better tell her, nice video, Mama Tori, I hope you have a great day, God bless. And then they just watch 30 seconds of the video and like it, or maybe not like it, I don't know. Or do you guys actually like them? Have you actually used it to help you fall asleep? And I know one person said that they're a little short and they would like it to be longer. So if it was longer, would it be more likable? I don't know. These are all things I would like to know. All right, let me try to get back to chat here. And I am going to get off by 8 o'clock because I am tired and working on 4 hours of sleep. And I'm so sorry if I didn't get to your chat, but I am trying. So let's keep looking here. Where was I? So Rudy said Mexican Coca-Cola is awesome. And I'm assuming is Mexican, I don't really know. Does Mexican Coca-Cola have cinnamon in it? I know there's Mexican chocolate that has cinnamon in it. So what 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 makes it Mexican Coca-Cola? Alphabet said I usually go with zero sugar Mountain Dew or Sprite at restaurants. Clayton said prime rib, so jealous. Yeah, no kidding. A la carte said Pepsi also had one of the largest navies at one point. What? 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 Am I understanding this? Pepsi had a navy? What? Anyway, Ethan said I mainly like Coke and Pepsi, but I do other flavors like Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper. Kokiri said I don't drink Pepsi because of Britney Spears. Coke is my mom's go-to. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy a lot of soda, but Dr. Pepper is my choice. In fact, I need one now if I'm going to survive. Okay, so I used to like Dr. Pepper. I sort of forget about Dr. Pepper. I don't know why, but it was big in the 80s, and they used to have all these Dr. Pepper commercials. I drink Dr. Pepper, don't you know? It's the original taste that I love so. And the taste is making peppers everywhere I go. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper, to be a pepper? Drink Dr. Pepper. Ah, you didn't know Mama Tori was going to sing on stream today, huh? I have surprises for you all over the place. Wait, what? Smee Arby said Iron Brew, pronounced Iron Brew. It's a Scottish soft drink. Well, what does that taste like? What does that taste like? Smee, I have no idea. Jesus said, here in Mexico, Coca-Cola and Pepsi flavors are switched around. Wait, what? What? What do you mean they're switched around? What? So Coke says, hey, Pepsi, come here. Come here. We're going to play this joke on these Mexican people. And you give me your recipe, and I'll call it Coke. And I'll give you my recipe, and you call it that Pepsi. What? Like, what? What do you mean they switched around? Alpha Buck said prime rib is actually really good for stew. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Edward said my favorite soda, tough one. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, A&W, Sunkist, 7-Up. You know, best root beer. Best root beer is A&W. Yep, hands down. Best root beer is A&W. Bobby said Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, whatever the restaurant location is. When in doubt, just water. Exactly. That's what we drink. Water. We mainly drink water at our house. Water and tea. That's what we drink. Clayton said, no, he's talking to Smee. Ty, hello, Ty. Oh my gosh, Ty, I didn't know you were going to be able to make it because I know you're like way later than me being in England. Well, then again, so is Smee, but he said he could stay up all night long. I hope you're doing better, Ty, because I know you were sick, and especially coming to my stream when you weren't feeling good. I appreciate that. And Cyberman said, my first dono for you. Yes, Cyberman, I really appreciate it. Actually, you were my only donation this whole stream. So thank you very, very much. I do not, what's the word? I do not expect. Oh my goodness gracious. I was just going to say, I do not expect anybody to donate. I am here because I love you all. I'm here because you guys give me, I enjoy this, right? Everything I do, every Mama Tori stuff I do it because you guys are just sweet and I enjoy it. So let me see what Bobby did. I think I have to refresh this. I think I see Katori refresh it sometimes. Okay, Bobby said, to have some fun with the Dr. Pepper commercial song, combine it with the Toys R Us commercial song. The harmony is surprisingly good. My old music teacher taught me that a while ago. Wait, what? So you're saying you're going to use the Dr. Pepper like words and you're going to do it to the Toys R Us song? Is that what you mean? Okay, so now I got to think about what the Toys R Us song was. Oh, now I got this Dr. Pepper song in my head. It's hard for me to remember what the Toys R Us song is. Toys R Us. Let me think. Oh wait, here it comes. I don't wanna grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't wanna grow up. Wait, I'm a Toys R Us kid. I don't remember that part. But I do remember more toys, more games. No. More toys, more trains, more video games. It's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz, I don't wanna grow up, 'cause baby, if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. There, that's what I remember. You got 2 songs out of Mama Tori tonight, people. My gosh. This is what happens when I'm tired. Alright, let me see where I was at. I wonder how many of you are just sitting in your chairs at home laughing at me. Okay. Let's see. Oh, true Alpha Buck. I don't have to get every message, but I'm trying. I want everybody to feel included. Rudy said, "Hey, Mama Tori, I was gonna tell you this on Twitter, but I'm gonna tell you here. I can scratch a check off my life as on the last day of college I was attacked by a white goose. What in the heck? You know what though? Geese can be mean. They are mean. They are mean. Stay away from them." Rudy says it bit my leg, but it didn't hurt. Well, you must have had some thick pants on if it didn't hurt. That's all I have to say. Ty asked how I am doing. Well, today I had some back and some rib pain, and it's annoying. But you know what? let's not talk about that. We're staying positive. We are staying positive for 2024. I'm gonna try to anyway. Cyberman was about to work out, but I just had to come in. Oh, I'm glad you did. Alpha Buck said, "Slice. I remember it was orange more often than not. Interesting. Orange. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I guess when you think of a slice, like an orange slice or something. Um, but anyway, yes, Wonka. Yes, Wonka. Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Bobby face palmed Wonka. Don't face palm it until you see it. It was good. It was good. Rudy says, I love the Willy Wonka of the 70s. I do. Gene Wilder, he is the Willy Wonka. But I'm going to tell you, this kid played a really good young Willy Wonka. He really did. I did like it. I did like it. Yeah, you have to look at it from a lens of imagination, right? Because just like like if you remember the song in the 70s that Mr. Wonka sang to Charlie at the end of the movie, it was like, "Come with me, and you'll see a world of pure imagination." They sing the same song. Well, the young Willy Wonka sings the same song in this movie, but the storyline is totally different because it's telling you how he got his chocolate factory, and uh, you just have to see it. There's a relationship between him and his mom, which you will find out at the beginning. So this is not a spoiler. You find out right from the beginning. Um, his mom is no longer with him, and something that my kids and I were actually discussing today is that when you become an adult, people expect you to act like an adult. But what does that mean? Right? Like when you become an adult, they don't want you to use your imagination anymore. They don't want you to go off and have fun like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to like be proper and whatever. No. Like you should be using your imagination your whole life long. Your life's going to be boring. Okay, people? Any of you sitting out there in internet land who are not using your imagination and you feel like your life is boring, that's why. Okay? That's why. I'm telling you right now. Use your imagination. Kokiri said, you get used to anything eventually. After your third attempt, this case streaming, the thing I had to adjust to was getting used to my voice, which I actually kind of like now. Oh, interesting. This is my second time streaming, and I think I've already gotten used to my voice, so I don't know. I didn't have a problem with my voice, I guess. Wait a minute. Smee said, I'm streaming. You can now call dibs on it. Oh, maybe this because I was talking about the Wonka movie. I'm sure she'll talk about it anyway because they really liked it. And oh, good, Ty. I'm glad Liverpool won. I'm glad. Yes, Ty. Wonka is a prequel to the Willy Wonka. And hey, look it. Kokiri actually took the words right out of my mouth. Come with me, and you'll see, or you'll be in a world of pure imagination. I heard the dingle jingle, so let me look at that. Oh, Masternode is here? I had no idea he was here. Maybe he's in chat and I just didn't get to him yet. Well, hello, Masternode. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. It turns out, he says, the best way to have a superior stance when arguing with your friends about which brand of soda is the best is to make your own drink. That's pretty intelligent. None of the major soda drinks are impossible to make with a bit of creativity, even if the exact recipes are confidential. Interesting. So, Masternode, if you were to make your own soda, or maybe you already have, since you're the one who brought this up, what flavor would your soda be? And heck, the rest of you can also answer that question too if you like. Thank you, Masternode, for the donation. I appreciate it. Rudy, okay, you're right. I can't see anyone placing Gene Wilder and Wonka, and that's why I don't think I liked it when Johnny Depp played him. It just was too weird. But this guy isn't replacing him, right? He's playing a younger Wonka. So to me, Gene Wilder will always be the adult Willy Wonka. And Kokiri, yeah, I roll my eyes to remakes too, but this is not a remake. This is a prequel. Cyburn said he was never really a fan, but he likes the candy commercials. Clayton says Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka was better. He was. And Ty's, you're correct. No one can replace Gene Wilder. I did not know some of the candy stores actually stole his ideas. I mean, I know in the movie they did, but I didn't know in real life. So interesting. Yeah, rip Gene Wilder. Oh, I really loved him. Kokiri said Johnny Depp Wonka is depicted as a man-child. Gene Wilder is depicted more as an eccentric, whimsical man. And that is what he's supposed to be. That's why it worked so well. Bobby said the original was good. The only thing I could defend the remake is it was a cover to cover to the book. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I will say this in the oh gosh, I'm starting to get tired. In the Johnny Depp version, I think they said the backstory was like his dad was a dentist or something. That is not how this story goes. So his dad was not a dentist. Yeah. Oompa loompa doompa dee doo. I have a perfect puzzle for you. There you go, Clayton. I sang that one for you too. Ty Marshall said, "Come with me, and you will dream in a world of yes, yes." That you know, something like "If you want a view, paradise." Da-da. I gotta learn the lyrics. I really do. Kokiri said, "I don't understand the youth." Note he is actually probably older than Katori. Youth, youth. What do you mean? You don't understand what youth? Youth. Elaborate. David said, oh, he's talking to Cyberman. Rudy said, Mama Tori, after the stream, I'm going to look at the Oda Willy Wonka movie. And you should. You really should. Cyberman's grandma makes some chicken sandwiches. Eat rich like ham and cheese. So Grand Samurai says he likes smooth. I forgot I asked that peanut butter question. I'm finally getting to it. Like what? 10 years later. So Grand Samurai likes smooth peanut butter. Bobby says smooth for sandwiches, crunchy for everything else. I like it on sandwiches and also like apple slices. Ooh, that's good. Grand Samurai says it's got to be smooth. I don't know. I like it with crunchiness. Rudy says anything food related, it's no winning with me. I just eat it. I have no favorites. I love food. Well, there you go. Rudy is not a picky eater. Shogo said a pinky promise is the most solemn vow there is. Wait, what? Shogo, did you see that movie already? Because he does say that in the movie. Ethan said, I'm back. I had to eat some dinner. Well, hello. I'm glad you're back. Kokiri said food is meant to be eaten. My favorite foods are popcorn, chicken, and Hot Pockets, but don't eat them all the time. Okay, interesting. Kokiri said, so what should I do for you and Katori's birthday this year? I don't know. You surprise us. That would be nice. And thank you for thinking of us on our birthdays. Katori's being this month, and mine is in March for the rest of you who don't know that yet. Jesus said, once at school, like 20 years ago, I stayed an extra hour, for we read the book first, and after finishing the book, we watched the original Willy Wonka. And apologies, I'm not a fast typer. No kidding. I mean, no worries. I'm not a fast reader because I'm really behind. Let's sort of skip forward and see what you guys have answered. Because I wanted to get off here by 8. If you said about like my channel, when I asked about what you thought about my videos, what I should do, did anybody answer that? Did I skip like a bunch of chat, or did nobody just answer my question about my videos? Like, did I skip some stuff? So I was just wondering what you all thought about my channel videos, and does anybody even listen to them? Wait, I think I did skip some stuff, did I? Let me look back. I think I skipped some stuff. Oh my gosh, I did. How did I skip all this? My gosh, let me get back up here. Rudy said, Cyberman said, keep it very Mama Tori, however you like. Rudy said, you know that one wholesome girlfriend stream where Mama Tori said she was going to do videos of psalms? I misheard and thought she said songs. Oh, that's funny. Ty said, I'm planning on a video suggestion, The Wholesome Mother. Yeah, I would need to have more elaboration on that so I know what that means. Kokiri said, I already have a mother. That's why you're my Tia. I love my mom very much. I know you do. Caring for you after a nightmare. Oh, that's sort of a nice one. Egret said, I can write something for you if I have time. Well, sure. If you all can write something for me and you think that's something that people would like, I would appreciate that. Yeah. No, well, Cyberman, I wasn't talking about what I talk about on stream. I was talking about the actual videos that I put out. Kokiri said, your mom listens to talk about a video game you really like, but she has no idea what you're saying, but is happy you're happy. Role play, soft spoken. Oh, okay. That sounds like a good idea. Shogo said, super cool mom takes you to the carnival, playing games, getting ice cream, riding roller coaster rides. Okay, interesting. Rudy says, I mean, we all start at the bottom and then we rise, Mama Tori. You make great YouTube videos. Well, thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that. Ethan said, honestly, I'm okay with any suggestions that you can think of, Mama Tori. Well, thank you, Ethan. Cyberman said he's been busy. Smee said, don't stress yourself out. Yeah, and you know, and I don't want to stress myself out. But if I'm going to spend my time writing a script, recording it, editing it, uploading it, searching for a thumbnail, searching for sound effects, searching for a song to put in the background. Um, I want to make sure that it's actually being listened to and liked. So I won't get my feelings hurt. If I'm going to put all my all into doing all of that, I would like to do one that you guys are actually going to listen to and like, not just go there and like it for my benefit. I'm not making it for my benefit. I'm making it for your guys' benefit. So that's why I'm asking. Bobby said, I do generally like your videos, Mama Tori. Generally, I do listen to it. When I work on writing, it's almost therapeutic. Well, thank you, Bobby. I'm glad that someone's actually listening to it. I appreciate that. Gas Hog said, I think Mexican Coke uses real cane sugar. Okay, so that brings back to me, that's what they did. That when they switched the Coke recipe, since a lot of people, like it used to be cane sugar, then they went to the high fructose corn syrup, and then I think um, people complained they went back to the cane sugar. Nobody liked it, so they went back to the. I don't know. It was back and forth with that. I think it had something to do with that, Gas Hog. But interesting that Mexican Coke uses it. Kokiri said, well, here's the thing. You should treat this as a hobby. Don't put too much stock into it unless you're enjoying doing it. I do enjoy doing it. I don't make videos because of the money. I do it because I love entertaining. Exactly. Sorry, I have to take another drink of water. But I do it because I enjoy it. And so that's why I think I'm going to back off on doing the two different types, because then it becomes a little more of a chore. So but again, I want to do what people are going to like. I don't want to waste my time doing it, right? But I do enjoy doing it. So, but if I'm going to do it, why not do it and give something that people want? Bobby said, whatever you decide, though, we know we'll all support you in it. Thank you very much. Let's see. I'm going to try to skip through these here. Um, yep. Rudy did confirm the Mexican has the sugar cane. Um, okay, Kokiri liked my songs. So did Cyberman. So did Rudy. Oh, root beer floats. Oh, yes, Rudy. I do like root beer floats. Actually, I was a Boy Scout leader for many, many years. And when Roy and I would go to summer camp, which we would go every year in the middle of July, 90-degree weather, um, they would have a what they call a root beer cantina, and it was like a dance on a stage, and they would have root beer floats. And that was always fun. That was always fun to get that root beer floats. And Smee let me know that the Earn Brew tastes like Earn Brew. Oh my goodness gracious. It's like its own thing, but I'm sure there's some kind so I still don't know what it tastes like. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so nice. You guys, you're so nice. I'm glad you all liked my singing because I do not have a singing voice. And I can say that because when I was singing, in school, like the teacher's like pointing right over to me saying, somebody is off key over here, and it was me, believe me. Clayton said, that reminds me of the time my sister-in-law reminded us of the Oscar Mayer baloney. Oh, I see what you're doing, Clayton. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get me to sing that. Wait for it. Is that what Bobby's trying to say? Yeah, I get it. I get it. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, do I really have to say, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener? Or is that the song you're talking about? Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, 'cause that is what I truly like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, the whole world would surely love me. There you go. I hope you're all getting a kick out of that. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. Uh, Kokiri has never donated to Katori at all. He's a fake fan. Okay. All right. No, you're not. Okay. I'm just reading what he said. Shogo said doing an ASMR roleplay of a mom comforting you might get tons of more views than a Bible study ASMR just because Bible studying is usually what people type in when they're looking for an ASMR. I think he meant to say isn't. I think that's what he meant to say since he gave that sort of sad little face there. And that is sad. That is sad to me that people wouldn't want to get put to sleep with somebody reading them something about God. That's just me, though, right? I know, yeah, you're not all believers. Bobby said, I don't want to grow up. You know what? I don't either. That's why I said you got to still use your imagination, right? I miss Toys R Us too. You know what? That is a disservice to children everywhere, and especially children in the future, because it is so magical to bring a kid into Toys R Us and have them look down every single aisle and every single thing everywhere you look is toys. I mean, they're just missing out on that. Now, what do? You go online and search for the thing that you thought you wanted, and that's what you get. But when you go to a toy store, you find things you didn't even know you wanted, right? Oh, poor kids. That's all I have to say. All right. Um, let's see. I gotta get going. I gotta get going. Oh my gosh, I hate this, but I'm skipping over a lot of your chats. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I gotta get going. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. So Rudy said, I'm 20 and I still want to collect action figures, sometimes playing with them, as long as it's not hurting yourself or anyone else. I agree. Guess what? I have a doll collection. So does Kiwi. And yeah, sometimes, I might just get them out and play with them. Why not? Why not? Right? Why not? You know what? It's like the bronies, right? Bring out your My Little Ponies. What's wrong with that? Nothing. What's wrong? Well, who cares if you're playing chess or if you're playing My Little Ponies? You know what? I mean, I'm sure there's somebody who cares, but I don't care. And quite frankly, the person playing chess is probably boring. I'm not saying chess is wrong, because guess what? I play chess. Roy actually got a chess board from one of the fans um, for Christmas. Kobe sent each one of us a gift for Christmas, and he said we didn't have to wait for the fan mail to open it, and he got Roy a really cool Minecraft chess board. It is awesome. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with chess. I'm saying there's not anything wrong with playing anything. Kokiri said, my therapist once told me growing old is mandatory, growing up is optional. He's correct. Plus, remember, I am a Kokiri, which are based on the Lost Boys of Neverland. I'm not saying to be irresponsible, and I'm not saying to be a jerk or not care about what other people's feelings or anything. I'm saying keep your imagination. You'll have a lot more fun. Let's see. I really gotta skip through some of these. Oh, so Shogo mentioned Barg's root beer. What? Are you trying to say Bart's root beer? Was that a typo? I never heard of Barg's. Maybe there is a Barg's root beer, but I've heard of Bart's root beer because Bart's has bite, right? Bart's has the caffeine in it. That's why I go for the A&W. And quite frankly, where I grew up, there used to be this A&W restaurant. It was a drive-in. Like when you can drive your car up there and they bring the food out to you, like they had like back in the 50s. I was not alive in the 50s, by the way, just to make sure you all know that. But there was this A&W root beer restaurant near my house when I was a teenager, and they would bring out that big a cold mug of root beer, and it just was so foamy on top. But what is wrong with you, Shogo? Hissing at A&W root beer. Shame on you. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Yeah, you know what, David? You're right. Chat is going at the max speed of a Boeing 777. You are correct. And I'm glad that you said my audio is always welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, and Ty still collects his action figures, but he keeps in the box. And I have some Barbies that are still in the box because yeah, there are some that you're just like, okay, this is a collector's item, and I just don't want anything to happen to it. And okay, I'm gonna tell one more story before I get off. When the girls were little, like I had these Barbies, right? I had some that I had taken out of the box and put them in a case in this like glass like cabinet, and the girls wanted to play with them, and I just couldn't say no to them. So boom, some of my nice dolls got their clothes taken off, their hair's a mess. It's But you know what? Toys are to be played with, right? I even had them take some of the dolls out that I kept in the box because they liked them so much. And I'm sort of glad I did anyway, because quite frankly, all the Barbies that I thought were going to, like, be, makes me some money someday are not. I actually paid more for them than they're actually worth now, probably. And yes, I do love Peter Pan, and because I like Tinkerbell. I feel like I'm a Tinkerbell. So, I know you are a child at heart, Kokiri. I know you are. You don't even need to tell me that. Bobby said, not gonna lie, my history teachers still had all their gag toys from when they were kids. They're in their 70s now. Wow, yeah. All right, so I'm down to the end of chat here, and so I really got to get off. It's like 8:11. I'm getting tired. I've been tired. But anyway, yeah, yeah, I would assume that, Kokiri, because you got these toys and you save them and you're like, I can't take them with me, right? And you got these little kids and they're looking at them. They're like, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool to play with. And it's like, you know what? Go play with it. Go have fun. Because, why not? All right. Ty said he has 4 limited edition, 1 of 3,000 WWE action figures. Cost me an arm and a leg, but I refuse to open them. Well, yeah. I mean, if they're limited edition, I wouldn't either. You know what I mean? But maybe. Like, what are you going to do, Ty? What if someday your little niece comes to you and says, that is such a cool WWE action figure. I just really would play. Like, she'd be like, can I play with it? Can I please? Would you let her? Probably not. But maybe you would. I don't know. I have no idea why your little niece would want to play with WWE action figure, but hey, girls can play with action figures and boys can play with dolls. There's absolutely no problem with that. All right. I'm going to read a few more, then I got to get off. I really do. Kokiri said, Mama Tori, when's our collab discussing the 80s and 90s together? This is a joke. I keep telling Smee, Author, Shogo, and Katori we're all doing a collaboration. You know what? When I can start to learn how to use this whole Streamlab thing and know how to, like, put people on to talk and not out myself by sharing my entire screen or something like that, then I would love to have a collab where we are discussing the 80s and 90s. For anybody who knows 80s songs, 80s movies, can talk about 80s memorabilia, the 80s, anything 80s. I'll be like, okay, we're gonna have to, like, how Katori's having a dating show and she's gonna have what do you call that? Oh, I'm so tired. I'm losing my brain. Um, she's gonna have auditions, right? Maybe I'll do that. I'll have some auditions to. I'll do like a. I'll have to talk with you and I'll have to, like, quiz you on some 80s stuff and see who knows the most, and then those 2 or 3 people who know the most get to come on my talk show. How's that? How is that? So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for coming, and you're welcome, Shogo. Thank you for coming and listening to me while you're working. I appreciate it. And yeah. Anybody out there who says they don't love the 80s, okay, you're in trouble. That's all I have to say. So just don't say it. If you don't like it, don't say it. You'll make me sad. Don't say it. So far, everybody's saying they love it, so I was just kidding. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up. I'm wrapping it up. Okay, I'm wrapping it up. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it, and I hope you all had a good New Year's Eve. I hope you have a good week. a good rest of the year. I'll be here right along with you to celebrate it or to cry about it or to pray over it, right? Um, so, um, Mama Tori, you do the 80s. It's like Jeopardy. You know what? I'm not a big fan of Jeopardy, but I'm a big fan of Wheel of Fortune. I do like that. Good night, everybody. I can't say good night to each one of you. We'll be here another half an hour. So, good night to everybody. And I love you all. And chat with me on Twitter. And like and subscribe on my YouTube. I appreciate that. If you do, it just helps me out. And hope you all sleep well. Wait, what? Shogo's saying, Tinky, wait. Please sing this before you go. Take me away. I don't mind, but you better promise me we'll be back in time. You know what? I need like that. I don't think that can really be sung well without having the background music. It just wouldn't sound good. It just wouldn't. It needs the back. You know what? Maybe next time I'll have it so they don't have the noise suppression on, and I can play some Back to the Future songs in the background because that's from Back to the Future. For those of you who don't know, but that was a great idea, but it's just not going to sound right. I'm not going to be able to get the right tune for that. Anyway, good night. Happy New Year. Thank you all for coming. You guys really like surprised me. I thought I was going to have like 2 or 3 people in here talking with me tonight. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I thought I would have like 2 or 3 people. I thought maybe only 1 or 2 would show up and I would look like some kind of a failure. So thank you. Thank you all for coming. I loved chatting with you all. And someday we'll have some kind of a talk show so I can actually chat and hear your voices back. All right? Mwah, mwah. Good night, everybody. Good night. I'll see you next time. And I hope I can get this turned off properly. So I will see you all later and have a great week.